Hello and welcome to another case study interview. My name is Prince Wilchuka, and today I'm here with one half of the Ine twins, and this is Joseph Ine. It's good to have you, sir. Joseph has been in the community for quite a while now. I think he was one of the
hmm
founding members when we launched the PDF Profit Blueprints, and we've worked together on some of his ideas, and I just thought it fitting that at this point it would make sense for him to just come on here and give us a bit of insights in how his journey has been. Good morning, Joseph. How's it going?
Yeah, good morning.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
so far,
All right.
good.
Uh, okay. I think your network is. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, I can hear you.
Okay. I just think your video is lagging. Okay. Give me a brief insight from when you joined the program. I think it was in March. Right now we're in today's 11th of June, so March, April, May, June, roughly 3 months and a half. What has it been like since you joined the program?
Challenging. All right, it's been challenging, and it's just
Okay.
the type of challenge I needed because, uh, first of all, I want to say if there's anybody watching this video and you are thinking about joining this program, join already because it will help your life. I just want to put this one out there first. Now, back to my journey. So, um, when I started I think I was founding members in February, March. I created one product then that I showed you. And you looked at the sales page, you said the sales page design was good, but the ads, you were like, turn these ads off because these ads will just waste your money. And then there were specific things you said on that call that I tagged as my golden rule of marketing. In fact, whenever I'm prompting Claude, so what I did was I took a script out of all that and I sent it to Claude and I said, this is going to be my golden rule. Everything we are doing, be direct, be specific on the pain, the challenge. There were things you said about being direct because then
Yeah.
the ads were looking silly. Something like he fell. Where did he fall from? We don't know where he fall from. So those are the kind of dumb ads I was making then because on the name of trying to stay compliant to Meta and all that. But then you said be direct, be clear. If it means asterisk certain keywords just to make it safe, but be direct. And that was what I did. In fact, I overhauled the entire landing page. In fact, I took it direct to the product name because I wanted the product name to be very direct. Why go poetic when I can just go straight and tell you this is what this product is? The name of the product is the solution I'm promising. And so that was the first thing I did from the product name. I think the video is lagging, but I believe it will stabilize. From the product name, I
Yeah.
stabilized it to be direct. From the landing page, direct, and then the ads as well. That was what I did. In fact, by the time I was done recreating this product, I was so sure of it that I started my daily ad spend. I know normally in the course you taught us start with 5K to test. I started my ad with 20K per day. That was how sure I am that this thing will convert. I was no longer, he showed me, said this thing will sell. And thankfully so, the first day I put it out, 20K per day. I already made I made like, I think 3 sales or so. But the next day, in fact, the first 3 days, I can't really remember again, but I think if I check my record, it's there. The sales just kept coming up. 3 days later, I scaled up, 20%, like you taught in the training. And that's how, like, the first one I paused, I had to do one or two things. Life got in the way. I started running my ad from May 21st, right? And 1 week later, we crossed 100 sales. Okay.
Wow.
And later, I already crossed $1,000, but I said, okay, I will come to testify in the community when I've crossed 200 sales so that it could just match. That was 200
Hmm.
sales, over $1,000 plus in revenue. And now there's something I did as well. It was just more like a personal sacrifice for me. I sort of, another thing you said in the course was testing your pricing point. All right. Testing your pricing point. So I tested a lower pricing point just to allow to test if people are willing to pay for this thing anyway. So I tested that, added a lower pricing point, And another thing was I just wanted to warm up my pixel. I figured instead of putting it up there and struggling, reduce it a bit, sell fast, get my first 50 sales. Then the pixel is no longer learning. It now knows the type of buyers I want, then increase from there. So when I was scaling, I wasn't just scaling budget, I was scaling pricing. You know, I scaled my pricing, I scaled my budget, and the sales
Wow.
kept coming,
This
you know. And
this
right now,
is
as I'm
this is
talking
very
to you,
smart.
yeah, that was what I did. I used the first 100 sales was that low pricing point. So my first 100 sales gave my pixel enough data, but it was lower. Uh, uh, Profit margin as well tanked a bit. You know, I was doing maybe 1.5x, 1.3, but I didn't mind. I believed in what I was creating because it took me so much to put it up. And the testimonies I've been receiving from day one, day two, day three has been mind blowing. You've been seeing some of them on Twitter. So, but right now I've scaled to Ghana, I've scaled to Kenya. And the first day I scaled to Ghana, of course, for every sale in Ghana, I make extra profit compared to the Nigerian pricing point. You know, first day in Ghana at 25K per day, I did about 11 sales first day. I started Kenya last night. Between last night and this morning, I've already done 4 sales. And Kenya's payment is even higher too than Ghana and Nigeria together. So for every foreign sale I'm making almost 2x my ad spend, you know, per day. For example, let me just give a figure from yesterday, testing Ghana and Nigeria. I used about 87K to make 200K back just yesterday alone from my ad spend. So what makes this whole thing worth it
Impressive.
for me is the fact that I'm testing out. You know, I don't run my ads before. That anxiety, like I don't want to waste money. I don't want. Can I do this? Can I run my ads? Like all that anxiety is gone because now I'm learning from experience. There were some stupid mistakes I made at some point, Sha, but those mistakes were necessary to help me. If I still pay for mentorship, now lesson you will teach me. So I'm paying Meta to mentor me. And there was one thing you said as well. No, the truth is, this your program has been really helpful. From the moment you put it out, I didn't think it twice. I didn't need to see testimonial videos like this. Now Prince Three, now you go deliver. That's my mindset. I've come to know you like that. That you're one no fluff type of person. If Prince will say this thing, he's sure that he will deliver that stuff. So it was a no-brainer for me to pay then. Even if it was 100K then, I would have still paid. I won't lie. And so far, I would say I have zero regrets. In fact, I'm grateful for the experience so far, getting to learn from you and practice from your wellspring of wisdom. And there's another thing you said that helped me, my determination in our last call. You said Mark Zuckerberg not create Facebook course for anybody. All of us they learn on the job. That's it dawned on me that of a truth, anybody who's a Facebook ad expert today is learning on the job. He's learning from experience. He's learning from data. So for me, I became a tester. Any idea I get the money, I go test them. Whether you not work, I go record them. If you work, I go record them. That's how I've come to know what works now. What it's not because I'm reading threads on Twitter or I'm booking another call. In fact, if I'm booking a call with someone to teach me, I'll book it with you because now your soap now don't carry me reach here. So to move forward, now your soap, but I just want to say thank you so much for putting this together. Like for real, thank you because it came at a point where I just lost a job on LinkedIn that was paying me real good, and I just wanted to try something new, and this was what I fell on. And for real, bro, and thank you because it's paying me more now than the job I lost. But the good thing about this one is I determine how much I make. Right now, we're over 1,000 in revenue, and I'm sure before 4 weeks complete, we should cross 2K in our first
Right.
month.
Let's take that again. How much have you made since you joined the program? All-time revenue.
All-time revenue right now. Let me check my dashboard because I created one before. That one was selling for a while. I paused it to do some things, but right now, all-time revenue on my Nestush dashboard is $1,600.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very impressive. We're talking
Mhm.
close to we're talking close to
Two
that close
million.
to 2 million. That's really good from selling PDFs on the internet.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
people believe that they don't think that this business model can make you that amount of money. And this is just your first product. Now, let's let's vision what the future looks like in the next 2 3 months, where you have a library of like 8 10 products
Mm, mm,
in this amount of volume. I mean, it becomes a magic system that you just wake up and it just brings in daily income. One of the things the most fulfilling part about what we're doing is because of how we've created this and the kind of problems we choose to solve is we are really solving real problems in people's lives. And you know, I, well, I used to feel some kind of way that okay, maybe this is also helpful because they're AI. But guess what? Because of the way we crafted the prompts, we actually do the scientific research to make sure that what is inside the PDFs are nothing but truths,
mm-hmm,
information that people would have otherwise ignored. But now it's in
mm-hmm.
a structured format, and they are being forced to actually pay attention to it, and it's really solving their problems. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
for me, that's not aside of the money is very fulfilling, but this is also very, very fulfilling. And especially the niche that you're in, I'm very grateful that someone like you is actually taking the bull by the horn to solve that problem. It's amazing.
Mm.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
so
one
about
yeah,
that
go
you
ahead.
said the whole PDF business, I think we are underselling the business model by calling it a PDF business because then it just reduces it to an item, to a product. For real, I think one of the smartest way I would sell this if I was to sell it to someone is learn how to create to solve people's problem using information out there, using it maybe research data and make money. Because for me, I've seen people say PDF, PDF. For me, I just feel like it's a big disrespect to what is really happening because it's not just a PDF. Solution to I'm talking problems that people are battling for 20 years, and one simple book in their hand is giving them relief solution in 7 days that they've not seen in 25 years. I think it undersells the value of what it really is. It's not just one PDF. It's solution to desperate problems that people are looking for. So thanks for putting this up together again.
Thank you for this. This is also very good market insight. I think in another version of the relaunch, let's say when we try to put this together again and just relaunch it and revamp it,
Mm.
I think I'll crack my head and try and call it something different that befits the kind of value that we are putting out. This is good information. Okay, one last word. We've already gone 12 minutes in. I know you have a business to run, but you already mentioned this, but there's somebody who's looking at this and they're not doubting this particular business model. They're not doubting me, but they're just in the state of mind where they've tried so many things online, right? And they've been burnt so many times. So they're in the state of mind where this sounds like a broken record. No matter what we say or do, it's not going to change them again. They've heard similar sounding things, and it has not been the case in terms of their experience. But that person, you're sure that this can be the last thing that they ever tried that's actually going to bring them some results. So if we could reach out to that person, that kind of person who's just been burnt over and over again, they've tried so many things, it didn't work. Now, not because those things were not good or those business models were bad, but because of who they are now, they've just been too burnt to give things
Mm-hmm.
enough effort, right? Now they're watching us, right? And as we're talking, as I'm talking this thing, they know that I'm talking about them. What can we say to them?
The thing is, right, in life, you just have to pick yourself up. I've paid for coaching worth thousands of dollars. I'm talking 1K, 3K that did not pull through. You understand? And that's why I said if you have charged this program 100K, I would have paid because you've built a reputation over time to deliver on promises. I came into the system with a mindset that this thing must work for me. And I'm really grateful for the part. Most people have come to me and said, Joseph, I saw your result. How do you? I said, go and talk to Chuka. Chuka is the coach here. I'm just experimenting. He will give you all the soap. So I tell them, go and book a call with him because I am sure that after that conversation with you, they're going to get clarity and get results. So if you are, I'm just going to look at the camera and say, if you are in the WhatsApp group of those people sitting on the fence, you are working with a man and with a community of doers. So you're not just working with Chuka, you are working with people who have built products, because in the community you have about 1,000+ members already. These are people who are built. So you have not just Chuka, you have not just the product, you have a community of people. So that's a threefold cord cannot be easily broken. Point is, if you want something that works, then this is it. Why? Number one, the AI fever is there. Everyone is about it. Number two, the solutions you will be taught to create are products that are impossible to ignore. For example, how to jackpot. People want jackpot. If you can sell a product like that. So my point is, don't overthink it. Get out of your head. Practice. Besides, how much is it? Practice. Create. If it not work, try till it works. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joseph. It's been nice having this conversation with you, and I'm sure we're going to help some other people. So I'm going to let you run along now, so you can go mind your business. Literally, mind your business. It was nice chatting with you. So bye,
Sure.
everyone.
Yeah. Bye.